Hi, Joe, you can begin.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing? How how's the year going for you? I mean, hope it's still safe to say Happy New Year because this is our first webinar for the year, and we're so excited to have you here today because we're going to be having a very interesting discussion. I mean, right from last year, from December up until this time, a lot of people have been asking, "Oh, when is the new cohort starting? Um, what do I need to do to get registered? How can I join the cohort?" And several other questions like that. And that is what this session today aims to cover. You're going to be getting a lot of insights on what the third cohort of the 3MTT program is all about. So if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do well to drop in the chat section. Tell us who you are, where you're joining in from, and what you're looking forward to in the new year. Yes, I believe we still have ambitious goals kicking in, and we're still so energetic for the new year. So let us know where you're joining in from, what community you are. Are you a River State fellow? Are you a Kano State fellow, FCT, Delta State, wherever it is you're joining us from, do well to mention that in the chat section and tell us what you're looking forward to in this new year. Um, Go heading over to the chat section to see if we have some people there. Can see that we already have questions dropping in. Yes, all your questions about cohort 3 is going to be answered because we have very, very distinguished people on this webinar today. Members of the 3MTT team who would be giving you insight as to what to look forward to in this cohort. I can see Chibueze Benjamin telling us he joined in from Abuja. How are you doing, Chibueze? Yes, Joseph, FCT fellow. Okay, another FCT here. Martha from Abuja. Hello. I can see Rosemary from Enugu, Desmond from Owerri, Medina from Osun, right? Osun State. We have Friday from Akwa Ibom. Yes, do not keep dropping that. Um, your name, where you're joining us from, and um what you're looking forward to in this new year. And we'll be starting in a bit. In the next 1 minute, we'll be having our guests introduce themselves. So if you know someone who is supposed to be in this webinar that is not here at this time, do well to share this link with them, tell them to join in because you do not want to miss even a minute from the discussion today because it's going to be super packed with a lot of information and insights that you don't want to miss out on. Okay, heading back to the chat section. Oh, I can see Patrick from River State, Seni from Jigawa, and from Abia State. Hello. Um, we have Solomon from Abeokuta. Oh, I can see Jacob. Jacob is from Benue State, and he's looking forward to insightful studies to sharpen his data science knowledge. I like that. Okay, so 5 minutes into our time, um, like I said, and like you've already seen the flyers for the webinar today. You can see we have some distinguished members of the 3MTT team who are joining us today. So I'm just going to call them up to introduce themselves and um, give us a brief intro into what we're going to be speaking about, into what they're going to be speaking about today before we dive deep into the conversation for today. So, Aliyah, thank you so much for joining us. Good afternoon, and would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you very much, Joy. Thank you for warming us into the first webinar of the season or the year. Hi, everyone. My name is Aliyah Tawasimi. I am the communications lead for 3MTT. Yes, I'll be talking about the program, updates to the program, and just things that you need to know to be aware of what we're doing and how to just make the best of your learning experience. As Joy has mentioned, please be sure to buzz a friend, right? Tell a friend to tell a friend to come on to this webinar right now so that they can all just hear what we have to offer them and see how 3MTT is beneficial to them. It doesn't matter if they are in university, if they work, if they are a civil servant, if they, are a hustler, whatever it is, if they have ever shown you interest of being in the tech ecosystem or working in tech, pull them into this call. Let's have that conversation with them, and all their answers, their questions will either be answered or more resources will be given to you. Thank you. Looking forward to the conversation.
Thank you, thank you so much for that. We also have another distinguished individual here in the person of Sheun. Sheun, thank you so much for joining us today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you so much, Alias, as well, for having me in this call. Yes, my name is Sean Akinrodolu. I am the product manager for TrimTT, and I'll be walking you guys through the TrimTT platform. So, in case you have any questions around how the platform works, so yeah, I'm the man for you.
All right. Thank you so much for that. And yes, I am Joy, the 3MTT River State Community Manager, and I'm moderating the session today. So yes, we're getting started right now. And to kick us off into the discussion for today, Alia, I would like you to please get us started. This is an info session. We want to learn about what it means to be a Core 3 fellow, what it means to join in the new cohort. And before we'll be taking a lot of questions. So while to everyone listening, to all our attendees, our fellows, do well to drop your questions. What's that thing that have been bugging you about 3MTT, about the new cohort? Do well to drop it in the chat section, because we're going to be looking out for it and we're going to be answering all your questions. That's what we aim to do in this session today, to clarify any doubts that you may have about the program or the upcoming cohort. So Alia will be getting us started, giving us an overview about the cohort and about the program before we get into the Q&A session much later in this webinar today. So Alia, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joy. Sorry, I seem to have a lag on my end. Okay, so I think one of the first few things that we need to consider just around updates, right? Basically what to expect in cohort 3. So for cohort 3, we have quite a few things that have changed, right? We noticed in the last cohorts, first 2 cohorts actually, just how the way we operated the program. We noticed that fellows, there were people who started the program but either could not finish. There were people who registered, but unfortunately, because we did not have ALCs, which is our applied learning clusters, in their local governments, we couldn't place them into any particular ALC, so they couldn't begin their learning journey. So what we have done now is kind of look at the learning models, right, and say, you know what, instead of having just one way where people come, do their online foundational learning and then go to ALC straight, we're opening up our model to have a peer-to-peer model. So now we have the hybrid model and the peer-to-peer model, where for the hybrid model, it means that you can do both your online and physical learning, right? So you go through your online learning and then you do your ALCs, you experience what that is. So you go through your online learning and then you now finish that and then go to your physical learning, which has you being placed in different ALCs across the country. The only caveat is only if we have an ALC in your local government. If you do not mind having to go to ALCs in other local governments, you will have to indicate that local government as the local government you are in so that we can place you there. That's for the first hybrid model. For the second, which is the peer-to-peer model, it is designed for fellows who are in local governments where we don't have applied learning clusters or training centers, right? So this ensures that you have access to learning opportunities through collaborative, like project-based initiatives, right? So you'll be interacting directly with your people. your peers. You'll be dealing directly with people that you have similar experiences as you, or even higher experiences in that course you're taking. So it's going to be a very, very community-driven approach. And yeah, I think it's going to actually be one of the ones that a lot of fellows will benefit from, right? So we're looking at collaborative learnings. You would have periodic meetups. There will be different like designated peer leaders who would also help and work directly with our community managers. And then you definitely also have access to facilitators. So this allows you to actually go through the program a lot more and just go through it and actually learn. Now, this just know that you have to be stationary in that state which you're in, right? If you're going to take the 12 weeks program, we need you to be as dedicated as possible, because your learning journey, one another thing we're introducing is a drop-off system, right? So it means that if you start and then you don't take it seriously, we will have a 3-strike rule, where if you miss the first or 2 consecutive weeks without prior notice, you don't do your project, you don't do your quizzes, your assignments, you get a strike, right? A warning email will be sent. Then if you refuse to address your first strike and you don't like catch up and you don't do your capstone project, you get a second strike and another warning will be issued. If you get the 3rd strike, you have to drop off and you won't be able to apply for until maybe the next cohort or the cohort after that, because we are running a very strict process now, right? And we need to ensure that people who are actually going through the program are actually learning. And right now, what's happening right now is that we have people who would come on board, but they won't finish the process, right? And we really want you to finish and get the most out of your learning. Understand that a few people have registered since 2023 and you're wondering what's going on. Why haven't I been placed? Why haven't I? Please be rest assured, right? The 3MTT program is going to be running for at least 10 cohorts. If you haven't been placed in cohort 1 or 2, we implore you to exercise patience, right? You will definitely be placed in a cohort. We just need you to ensure that you're able to log into your 3MTT dashboard and have a constant engagement with the dashboard, because we normally put out information through the dashboard, right? And I think Sheun will, my colleague Sheun will actually touch a bit on that, but you have to log onto the dashboard, update your profile, make sure that the number that you have there is correct, the email address you have there is correct, and all your information there is correct. If it is not correct, we will not be able to contact you, right? And if we can't reach out to you, then you won't know what is happening. You won't be updated. No information will be shared with you. Another thing that you need to keep in mind is that your Telegram communities and your community managers are key to you having a great experience in the 3MTT program. If you are not in a group or a community already, please drop us a tweet or a message, reach out to our customer support so that we can share with you. And I think we'll definitely share this again, right? So we can share with you the links to all the Telegram communities that you are able to join. You pick the one that is directly for your state and you join that community and you can ask questions. Your community managers are there to help. That way, if you're having issues with logging in, or if you're having issues, we have some people come and tell us, oh, you guys never picked me or selected me for anything. But then we realize that they used either the wrong email or used the wrong number, or they don't even check their dashboard, right, when they receive information from us. So how would you know and how would you stay informed? You know, information is very, very key for us right now. And it's very important that you also are carried along, right? Social media is just one aspect of how we communicate with you. And we need you to ensure that like you are plugged into the community, because there is so much benefit with you actually being part of the 3MTT community that's not even just the learning. And I'm sure if you look at a lot of our success stories and just feedback from other people who have taken the program, they will tell you that honestly, one of the is the fact that they have other people who are like-minded who are also a part of the program. Anyway, I've said a lot, and I think that it's important that you understand that, look, we are trying to train 3 million Nigerians with technical skills that are very important for the global workforce in the next 5 to 10 years, right? So you taking the 3MTT program is allowing you to be part of the global workforce. So if you go through the program and you're successful and you have a good work ethic, there are high chances of you getting tech jobs that are not just even in Nigeria, right? Global tech jobs. So keeping this in mind, right? You're taking this program because you want to be able to position yourself as a global talent, right? That can provide solutions for companies across the world, not just Nigerian companies, right? And you can also provide solutions to Nigerian companies as well. Yeah, so I think I've said quite a lot. Joy, please feel free to take over. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. That was really great for an overview into, Core 3 and the program in general. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Sharon, I'll be calling you up next. Even while just going through the chat section, I've seen a lot of people asking questions around, oh, how do I take my assessment? Where can I find the link? Oh, the link is not working. I'm having issues with skill ladder and all that and all that. So I would like you, from the technical point of view, to give us like a walkthrough, for fellows in the program. What are some of the things that they should expect? What can they look out for, and how to navigate some of these challenges that they might come across?
Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me, Joy? Hi.
Yes, yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
okay. Awesome. So thank you so much, Joy. And then once again, welcome everyone. It's good to be here and to share what we've been doing behind the scene for TrendGT basically. So I'll be walking you guys through the TrendGT platform. And if you have any questions during the sections, feel free to drop them in the comment sections. And I also try as much as possible to address them as we go. Job probably might just shooting these questions as well. So the TMPT dashboard is designed to offer a seamless and user friendly experience. It also represents the essential features and updates, in a very intuitive layout, and ensures that people can easily one, track the progress, participate in community activities, just like what Alia said, and explore learning materials and new opportunities because platforms encapsulate a lot of information for you to use as well. And then the platform also has been carefully crafted in a way that it helps you make your 3MTT journey more productive and they're able to as well. So basically after you've signed up, you created an account, you've done the necessary processes on registrations and confirm your email and also inputting your password. You landed on this dashboard basically. And in most cases, you'll be in a situation where it's going to be like a um community web page where limit informations are limited. So if you're selected as a fellow for 3MTT, right? So this is information so you're going to be seeing on that dashboard. So you're going to be seeing all these features here. And for those who are actually having issues with assessment stuff, so it's a lot easier if you I'll just walk you guys through those processes so you can actually get more understanding of how that works too as well. But then I'm just going to walk you guys through this portal so you can actually get better overview and clarity on how the system works or how the portal works too as well. So this is a dashboard basically. So if you just sign in and then you just move into your dashboard, this is everything you're going to see via your dashboard. And for those who wants to know how informations are passed through you via the dashboard, we have a banner banner where you get informations like what I'm currently presenting right now, and you get to see those informations. And when you click here, you will move to a different page where you can actually continue to take those registration processes as well. And then if you want to see your fellow ID, fellow ID is more like an identity, it's more distinguished to you personally. It speaks directly to you, right? Something that we ask you, can you share your fellow ID? And this is something we want to be able to use to track you as a fellow too as well. And the other side of it We have module assessments where you're going to see the breakdown of your module courses you're going to be taking and how it's being broken down to into section by sections. And then we have our training progress. This is the sections where you're going to see, say for example, this is the first week, right? And you've gone through the first week. So you're going to see like 20% of the courses you've done over the week. And you're going to see the data here, right? The data is just giving, it's going to be like an overview of what you've done over the course of your learning too as well. And then based on what we have currently here, we have a couple of other videos that you can actually access. And we have access to your Tremty dashboard in case you have any issues navigating your dashboard. So you can actually just click on this video section there. It takes you to a YouTube page where you can actually go ahead and learn more about the dashboard. And then if you're selected and you're part of the Cohort 3 fellows, this is where you're going to see your Apply Learning Cluster. Apply Learning Cluster are people who are attached to you where go physically to attend physical sections here. And you get to see the details and information. So you see the information there. And then if the course you're actually attending, the course you're taking actually, you get to see that here by your right side of it. You see data analysis and visualizations too as well. So this is where you come. I can actually just easily click on it and it takes you directly to your course page. And on the left side of it, you see my profile. So this my profile is a place where you go to make sure that you have updated all information concerning you so that you can keep information updated, right? So as you can see here, you can just come here and say my information here, and you can update this information here too as well. Whatever information that you think that it's missing here, you can just come in and then update information too as well. And please note that currently this profile updating is open to Cohort 3 fellows, open to the learning community. Currently, you can just go ahead and make sure that you update information that you want it you want to have on your profile here, basically. And then professional data. This is where you put in your professional data. For example, your school graduation year, your NYSC completions year, or your LinkedIn post. So many other information details that you want to put professionally on terms of the profile. And then if you come to community side of it, interesting part of it is that there's a lot of information like what we're currently doing right now in the webinar, where you can come in to get, if in case you miss some webinar activities, you can actually just come here to, take some course, learn more about what you've missed out or any information that you need to know about 3MTT or your courses too as well. So this is a webinar, community webinar page where you can actually come in and take those, watch those videos as well. And on the same community page, we have resources. Resources is just like a page where you go to get extra courses, right? Extra resources for your learning journey. So it's very important that as you're learning, you also want to, brush in some skills, and then you just go ahead and then take those courses and then, just consume more information too as well. And we have our learning courses. My courses, where this is this page where you get to see your courses, the courses you're actually taking. Let's say, for example, you're taking data analysis. So this is where you get to see all the courses that are assigned to you. So you can actually go in and then consume those courses as well. And then if you're looking for jobs and gigs, we try much as possible to post jobs and gigs on our platform too as well. And the goal of it is to be able to, brush and to apply for jobs, right? And also apply for job gigs as you learn. It's very important that it's more like today technical, or let's say the today job market is required that everybody must have at least 1 or 2 years experience in jobs you're actually applying for. So it's also good that as you're learning, you're also applying for these jobs or gigs that actually meets your courses that you're actually taking to as well. And then for us to be able to get data, for us to be able to understand how you interact with the system, we put out surveys so that once you get, we want to be able to fetch data from you guys, so if you're able to be the system that works for you. So these are the sections where you just come in and take those surveys, and we just go ahead and get the data from our end too. And then if you're having any issues concerning your portal, your learning journey, or whatever it is that you currently have, this is the section you just come in and say, okay, let me just dropped my tickets here and say I'm having issues with social notifications, or I'm having issues, attendance issues, whatever issues you're currently having, just come here, and then the customer support teams will just go ahead and work on it and then escalate better with the proper department. And then if there's any FAQs, frequently asked questions that you think you're missing out, that you want to get clarity on, this is the best place for you to come, and then you begin to You see questions that, that relate to most of the questions, what's it called, answers you need. You can actually just come here and then take on those aspects of it. And then we have like two sections there. We have learning community and we have selected fellows. So if you're selected fellows, these sections will come in. And if you're learning community, these sections also come into as well. And so like what Leah mentioned about joining your community, joining your what's it called? Groups, Telegram groups. So once you're selected, the link is automated already. So once you come in here, you can just join in your community, regardless of which state you are. You can see the states, just in numbers, like just in alphabetical order, Abia states, and whatever states you have, you cannot just come in here. And this is the sections where you get to see that you're selected. In the situation where your Cohort 2 fellow and you're certified, you get to see that selected is changed to certified, and you can actually have that there too as well. And going forward, we have on our right side, we have our notification bar. Yeah, this is the sections where if there's any information that we want to pass out, maybe more like notifications, this is the sections you get to see that. And you can go ahead and kickstart that and get notifications we've passed out here as well. The same thing applies to our broadcast message too as well. So we just try much as possible to push out notifications to you or message to you that tells you that, okay, we are pushing this out, we're doing this out. So be aware of it, be frequent with the information that we're passing out daily. Yeah, so this is basically what everything that encapsulates the Trinity portal. And I'm handing over back to Joy.
Okay, thank you so much, Shaun, for that walkthrough. That was detailed, that was very explanatory. I believe anyone who has been finding it difficult to navigate the dashboard would be clarified now and all their confusions, because that's one word that has been recurrent in this chat section. Confused, I'm confused. I'm sure everyone would be clear by now. And on that note, we'll be moving on to taking some of the questions that we've had here. I really love that we have, the chat has been buzzing while the conversation is ongoing. A lot of people are still asking questions. And while some of these things have been touched on while you spoke and even while Alia spoke, we're still just going to emphasize that we're answering that. So we have Zainab here who says, Aliyah, just to confirm that you're still with us because we're moving on to the Q&A session.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so Zainab is asking, good afternoon. I was supposed to be in cohort 2, but because there was no training center in Mina, I was shifted to cohort 3. Do I have to go through the process of assessment and join the wait list? Yes.
Yes, so every single person who was moved to cohort 3, it's important that they actually go through the assessment again. This assessment is completely different. This is also for us to kind of help us assess your skill levels. It's not necessarily like an entry exam. It's just it's an assessment for us to understand what your skill levels are and also how best, right? So for instance, you might choose cloud computing, but based on your assessments, you fit better in data science, right? So it's important that you also are taking a course that, is in tune with your skill set or your current like understanding. But that's one of many reasons. But yes, I think for us right now, it's very important that fellows and anybody who actually takes the assessment or anybody who was posted to cohort 2, they have to understand that they still need to take that assessment, right? It's important that you take that assessment. Everybody has to take the assessment. It doesn't matter if you've taken the assessment before or not, you are taking it again. And because we also like it's basically like we're starting afresh, and we have to ensure that people who were there before are still with us, right? It's not a situation of, oh yeah, you're coming to. And if you notice, this assessment is different from what you have from your dashboard. So yes, it's important to take the assessment. And if we don't have an ALC in your state, then if we don't have an ALC in your state, then we will most likely have you do the peer-to-peer learning process, right? So peer-to-peer learning might be the best model for you. So it means that like we need to also know that you're in an area with people, what's the word, with people that can answer and can help. I'm also seeing some other questions here. they're finding it difficult to complete the assessment. I wish unfortunately Theo couldn't be here, but regarding assessment, he has a better answer to that. Hold on, let me get a response to that and I'll come back to this question. But in the meantime, Joy, you can jump to the next question.
Okay, thank you so much for that response, Alia. Another question that have been recurrent since the onset of this webinar is I don't know, this is interesting. How do you know if you have passed the assessments? Do we have an answer to that?
Yes, yes, yeah. So once you pass an assessment, your data, like I said, you're going to be like moved from maybe probably your community member, your information are going to change to selected. So that way you know that you've passed the assessment.
Okay, thank you for that. We have Sarah asking, what happens to a fellow that wasn't able to meet up with the training? Does it mean I'll have to repeat the cohort or proceed to the next cohort?
So there's no such thing as cohort repeating, right? You can't repeat a cohort. Instead, what will happen is that you will most likely have to come back to take the program again. And it might not be cohort 2. So if you do end up coming back, you would have to take the program anew, right? And catch up anew. So unfortunately, you are unable to repeat the cohort, so to say. You would be placed in a different cohort. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, yes, thank you so much, Alia. Um, Another question or topic that have been recurrent as well is around the foundational courses. So drawing from Nika's question, she says, I'm yet to complete a foundational course going by this, can I still be part of this cohort? Who'll be taking this, Sean, Alia?
I don't want to take that. Or should I go ahead?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, okay. Nika is asking, I'm yet to complete a foundational course. So going by this, can I still be part of this cohort? So
Yes,
maybe you
you
can also just elaborate more about the assessment, foundational courses. Is there like a priority, or do they leave one and take one and things like that?
So, foundational courses are different, right? Foundational courses are basically what you take. It's like when you go to university, you do foundation, and then you go on to do what's the name of this thing? You go on to do your actual courses, right? So, foundational courses are important, but it's like preliminary to your learning journey, right? So once you begin and you begin the cohort, you notice that there are specific courses that have been assigned to you based on the track that you are on. This, of course, is different from foundational courses. So it's important that you understand that there is a difference between the two, and that the difference between the two is basically foundational courses is basically like, yeah, um it's that entry course, so to say, to get you to understand like what exactly it is you're doing in it, and it spans across, right? It's not just for the course you're doing. It's also for other things like what's the name of this thing? English, just helping you prepare for the program itself. Now, that being said, if you haven't finished your foundational courses, you are encouraged to do so. But the core that we want you to be able to do and finish is your main courses that have been assigned to you, the introductory courses that are online, and then the courses for your physical ALCs, right? That's physical. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. And if not, just drop a bit more. We'll be able to answer a bit more. But it doesn't stop you from doing cohort 3, right? So the step is this: you sign up, you register. Once you register, you go through the assessments. This new assessment that we have set up, not just the assessment on the dashboard, right? You do the assessment, right? And then once you do the assessment, um you would now begin your cohort three, what's the word? You begin cohort three, so you'll be assigned, right? So it will reflect on your dashboard that you have been assigned to cohort three, right? And then once we are able to confirm also that your profile is updated and you are either in an area with an ALC or a peer-to-peer center, then you will also be assigned to that center. But it's just important to keep in mind that still, if we don't have a center close to you, you may not be able to begin in this cohort. So that might be the reason why you may not be assigned. But we're trying as much as possible to fix that problem. And I think also once would also communicate the dates, right? Applications are open, applications as well as what's the name of this thing? As well as the assessments, right, are open and it closes on this 9th of February, right? And once it closes 9th of February, we begin 21st, 31st of January, we will be having our kickoff call. So everybody would be there. Then onboarding and orientation will kickstart from February 3rd, going all, and then call three physical will properly start in February, I think about the 17th or so. But these dates will be communicated to the public. So it's just, staying tuned for us to get that to you. I hope that answers your questions.
Well, thank you so much, Alia. So we have Habib here. Habib, you don't need to spam the chat section, okay? We can see your message. You don't need to send it multiple times. So they're asking, I registered since cohort one or since before cohort one, but I'm yet to receive congratulatory message and cohort three is starting now. I'm afraid to miss this chance. This is from Habib.
So Habib, have you gone onto the dashboard to indicate your readiness for cohort three? If you have, because it's not just to register, right? You are actually supposed to go into the dashboard, complete your profile, ensure that you are ready. You've indicated readiness for cohort three. If not, you know, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to actually like begin the program. If you just register and that's it, you're going to need to do a bit more than that, right? So I think it's important for you to actually check and see what you've done. Check your dashboard, show and indicate your readiness for cohort three. It's important that you click that. It's there on the dashboard. Sign into it and then indicate your readiness for cohort three. Then you'll be selected and put into cohort three. If not, I'm sorry, I can't help you, right? Um, we've sent out emails and text messages. Did you use the current email that you're using now? Check, because it means that it's either you're not receiving our emails, there's something wrong somewhere, because if you are not receiving our emails, then we have to investigate and find out what exactly may be the problem, right? You have to be able to be receiving our emails, because we've been sending emails and text messages to everybody that has been properly registered in the program, right? So this is very important for everybody actually. Like, check your emails, check everything that you have, and ensure that it is right. Because don't check their emails and then they'll come and start crying, oh, we didn't do this, and then we go and check and then we realize that, oh, they haven't checked their emails, so they don't even know what's up, right? And it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Please, have you checked everything that you have and ensure that what you have is actually like what's the word, registered thing, and then we can now see how to place, reach out to from at right, be able to.
Alia, you're okay. You were breaking up. Are you done
Oh,
speaking
sorry.
now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, all right. So, thank you so much for that answer. We also have Skills Hub here asking, how can I know how can I know the available ALCs in my states? I don't think that information is critical to you at this point, but Yeah, I think you can
Yes, no.
connect with your community manager for that information. And we also have a lot of questions, complaints here in the chat section around skill ladder not working. It keeps showing an error. Go back to your dashboard. Is there an alternative? Alia, what's your advice to people who are having issues with or shown with skill ladder?
Sharon, do you want to take this?
Yes, let me take this. So for everyone having issues with skill ladder, I think I'm just going to present my screen so you guys can see. So join for 3 years, right? Once you click on these sections here, and it's going to show you that something went wrong. Kindly direct, and try that again. So you just go to your dashboard. So once you go to your dashboard, it asks you to sign in, right? So remember that when you're signing in, you have to put the email or sign up, create an account here. So you have to create an account here and then continue or sign in. So once you've created an account already, you just start in putting those email and continue from where you stopped. So this gives you access to take the assessments. I hope this is clear. Uh, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Sheon. So to everyone who has been complaining, Miriam and any other person, do well to try this out. Let us know if it works and hope this helps. We also have so just looking through for more questions. We have farm with Dave. Dave is asking, he's saying that I'm currently in Jos, but an indigene of Kogi State. I do travel a lot. How do I partake in the physical course? Um, Aliyah,
Okay.
would you like
Yeah, do
to
you want
take
to take
this
this?
question?
I should just go ahead.
I am thinking of how to answer this question.
But
Um,
okay, just go ahead.
yeah, I think so. It's important for you to actually think about how you want to go about with the program because this requires your dedication, right? If you are ready to be dedicated, please put in your all to it. If you are unable to actually take the program, then maybe take it when you're in a more stable place because I think it requires you to still have some form of physical activities. So for instance, if you move to different states, right? There's still peer-to-peer learning, and we don't have a system yet where you can join any peer-to-peer community in a new state once you move, right? It's kind of tied to your state because that's how we document and track. So it's very important that you're actually very stationary. So maybe it's important for you to also figure out like what's your priority. If 3MCC is a priority for you, you will find a way to make it work. If it's not, that's okay. When you have the time to prioritize, then you stick to what you can with 3MTT. But for now, we don't have that option yet. I don't think we've been able to set that up.
All right, thank you so much. Sheon, feedback from the chat section is that people are saying that with the skill ladder is still showing the same error even after signing up. So what could
Yes,
be the
yes. I just got a notification
Um,
now from Chisom that
Hold on.
Scholar is down currently. So once it's up, you guys should just be
ah
patient. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that update. So everyone rest assured that the team is looking into it. It has been working before now, so and it would still work once the technical issue has been resolved. So give it some time and yeah, it will be up again. Thank you. Another question here is that okay, Chibweze Benjamin is asking, when is cohort 3 starting proper? Why can't I complete the registration process from my dashboard to join cohort 3? Why is an ALC not yet established in Gwagwalada and Council, formerly cohort 2? Okay, this is a lot of questions in one.
Let me
Yeah.
start with why is there no LC in Port in Gwagwalada? What's his name again? Chijoke. Hi, Chijuke.
Chibueze Benjamin.
Chibueze Benjamin, right? So my apologies. It's a phased approach in the sense that like we cannot be everywhere at once right now, right? This is a program that is built on partnerships. And that means that there's only so much resources and capacity that we have to be able to take the entire country on, you know. Um, and right now, it means that we are unable to have, if we're unable to have an ALC in your particular local government, it's really because either there is no hub there or we just haven't been able to actually establish that presence there, which is why the peer-to-peer learning might be very, very suitable for you. And I apologize for that. You know, we really wish that we had all the resources available to be present in every local government, every city, even every village set, right? But um, until then, we need to actually like until then we need to utilize and use what we have available to us to ensure that you know we can reach everybody right now that is currently in the system. So yes, that's answering your last question. Please, what's his first two questions?
When is Cohort 3 starting proper, and why can't I complete the registration process from my dashboard to join the Cohort 3? And he also mentioned formally Cohort 2. So maybe he
Formally
was
from
a
cohort two. So were
yeah.
you in cohort two and did you begin your cohort two process? Because if you're a cohort two fellow, you people that are doing cohort two and cohort three, this is very funny, right? But it's very important, you see, and this is one of the reasons why we say if you drop off, you probably not be able to come back onto like the third or fourth cohort, fourth or fifth cohort, because what happens now is that slot you're taking is a slot that someone else who is serious about the program could take, but because you were unable to be serious in cohort two, you just didn't and you were unable to finish the program, right? And like I said, core three is for people who are trying to be very serious. As we grow and we grow bigger, it's important that you know that look, 3MTT is something that I have to be dedicated to. Now, if you're switching cohorts, obviously there will definitely be problems there because, like I said, it's a back end system for us, and we need to understand. Like, you can't just come and switch from cohort two to cohort three. It's not as seamless as it looks, right? There are certain things back end that we need to solve, and I think Sheun can speak a lot more to that. Sheun, I don't know if you can please answer that particular question.
I think yeah, you've covered most of it already, so there's no, yeah.
Okay, and I
Okay.
think there was one more question he had asked, right?
Yeah,
What
he
was the
said
question
when is
again?
Cohort 3 starting proper?
Please, as mentioned earlier, so we're working towards kickstarting the kickoff call for cohort three on the 31st of January, and then the courses and your physical learning begins on the 17th of February. So from the 31st, you're able to take your online courses, right? And that means that like whatever it is on the dashboard, you'll be able to see. We have a new platform as well that helps for what's the word that helps for taking courses, right? And like we said, this drop-off system, a lot of things we're doing this cohort is very, very automated, right? We have a new platform coming on board as well, Dari.io, that is going to be helping with, you know, some of our online courses. So it's important that you know that like if you miss it and you go through the system and you're dropped off, I'm sorry, we can't do much for you, right? There's no one that you can call to say, okay, yes, you know, I couldn't finish and then this is the issue. It's not going to work like that. So your dedication is what's going to guide the seamlessness of your experience with 3MTT. That being said, there are other perks that are also going to come onto cohort three, right? So you know that you're going to able to track your progress, your assignments are going to be automated. So you see your results immediately. I know that wasn't a feature we had for cohort two, and it was a problem for some people. And then some of the things that we're going to also have is just like different perks, um, um, different perks for fellows, different perks for fellows, right? So so, and one of the things is if you're dedicated as well, the top 100 fellows across the country will be getting a 12 months paid internship, right? And the top 1,000 fellows across the country will be getting an unpaid externship, right? And, there's still the monthly data bonuses for people who are like top 1,000 learners. And we also have the hackathon happening at the end of the cohort. And we also have knowledge showcase laptops for grabs, monthly, I think about 150, and you'd be spotlighted as well, right? There are leaderboards and with other prizes. So it's important for you to actually be intentional about your dedication to the program. I can see things, there are some questions, assessments, all my technical levels are ticked. Okay, so for people who have been selected, if you're sure that your information has been updated onto it, we would work back end to ensure that everybody selected is informed that they're selected. So please exercise some patience. We'll let you know next week, right, what that is, so that you know your status. If you can't update your profile, please give us till next week as well to look at what the issue is, so that we'll know what exactly it is. If you have application. I see some other things here. So, I don't know. We need to figure out also how we can help people like update their profiles and everything.
Yeah, because that's one question that has been coming up. How do I update my profile? It's not working. How do I change my location? And things like that. I don't know what would you
Hi,
say?
Joy. So,
Yeah.
can you hear me, Joy? So, for the updates to your profile, the issues have been resolved. So they can just refresh the browser or whatever browser they're currently using, and then try it again.
Oh, okay. Okay, that answers it then. Thank you so much for that. Yes, even Ifunanya, I think your question have also been answered. I just registered today. Please, when am I likely to be shortlisted for a cohort? All you need to do is to, go on to take the assessment. And like Alia have mentioned, by next week or as the days go by, you'd also be receiving further communications from 3MTT on next steps and things to do. Um, yes, a lot of the questions that are being asked now are things that we've probably answered earlier on in the call. So if you in this webinar session today, so if you missed it, you can always rewatch this session if there's something that you missed. I'm still scrolling through to see if there are new questions. So how do someone is Blessing is asking, how can I get my certificate for the foundational course? Once you finish your course, you should be able to get your certificate. However, if you are still facing any difficulty, you can always reach out to your community manager or ask in your Telegram community. That's why we have these communities there to offer support to you. Can a cohort 2 fellow join cohort 3 program? This question has been answered before. But Aliyah, do you still want to throw more light there? Because a lot of people are still asking about it.
We will let you guys know again. Just watch the video. So I would actually need to talk, because I also understand that there are certain people who couldn't finish the program based on real problems. So we don't want to discount those people as well. But we'll have our conversation with our team. If there are a lot of Core 2 fellows who were unable to finish and, want to try the peer-to-peer, or if you want to take another course, because there are some people who carry book for their head like that, right? And you want to take like 2 or 3 courses, right? We'll figure out how that can work and then, make that available to you. But um, for now, we're focused on cohort 3 and cohort 3 fellows who are currently people who have, signed up for cohort 3, people who have been assigned for cohort 3. So please, that's our main focus for now. For cohort 2 people, be patient, right? We'll get back to you on what next steps are for those who would like to continue the program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yes, couple of questions have been answered. Was the pass mark for core 3 and core 3 assessments? We've spoken about that, even about the errors. If you're still experiencing issues with, the skill ladder platform is currently down, so please exercise some patience. Fidelis is also saying, how do I join the community? We had Sheon give us a walkthrough of the dashboard earlier on, so you can go on to much rewatch this webinar afterwards to see how to locate your community. Still looking through for any other new question. It says, Chroma is asking, your application is complete and under review on my dashboard. What do I do next? I believe you'll still be able to see the assessments to join Core 3, and you can go on to take that. However, Sharon, you can correct me if that's wrong. So even though your application is under review, you can go on to um, indicate your interest to join the new cohort and get started with the process. Or Sean,
Definitely.
would you like to throw more light on that?
Definitely, yeah. So if your application is incomplete, you can go ahead and take on the assessments to show your interest in the program too as well. But
Okay,
try
thank
much
you.
as possible to try much as possible to make sure that you complete application. Very, very important as well.
All right, thank you so much, Sean. Um, I just saw a question now that I think I might have missed. Okay, yes. Gloria is asking, please, the IHS course, please, is the IHS course compulsory? I signed up for it, but I can't activate nor access it. What should I do? Who would be taking this? Sean, do you have, or Aliyah?
Okay, so while it's not compulsory, it is highly encouraged that you take it. We would look into it to kind of figure out what the issue is. So we'll get back to you we'll get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you so much. Umar is also asking, is there any form of incentives or employment opportunity at the end of the program?
So, Omar, as we had mentioned, or as I mentioned earlier, right? So for the top 100 fellows, right, they get the opportunity, that's top 100 across the nation, 12 months paid internship. And top 1,000 fellows get access to um top 1,000 fellows get access to unpaid externships, right? Um so, those are like the ones that are guaranteed. Now, of course, we also have, if you go onto our website, 3mtt.nita.gov.ng, you would notice that there are, and you visit the partnership and placements, and if you look at places, so we have a tab there where is, hire fellow or, so basically we also have a website, right? A partnership with Luby.ai, where you can actually look for jobs. So if you are currently have some skill sets and you're a 3MTT fellow, we partner with Luby.ai to help get fellows jobs and direct access. So that these are gigs, short-term gigs, short-term jobs that you can actually apply to get you like that job experience, right? So some are paid, some are unpaid, but it's the experience also that matters, especially if you're entry level. If you're not entry level, there are also other options, right? So for instance, people who have taken data science before and want to deepen their skills in data science, we have a partnership with Google and DSN, Data Science Nigeria, to give deep tech to get fellows in who are interested in data science, machine learning, AI, that deeper experience. And it's a 6 months program. Announcements will be made soon, but it will still be administered through the 3MTT platform. So there are a lot more features, there are a lot more benefits, right? Also, it's also what do you want to get out of this, right? The government isn't here to just and 3MTT rather isn't just here to just, give you and spoon feed you, right? What do you want to achieve with your life, right? Do you want to be a fellow, or do you want to work, or do you want to be an entrepreneur, right? What's your motivation for doing this program? If you want to make something meaningful and if you want to position yourself as a talent in the tech space, then it's important that you take advantage of this program. But if you are just here because, oh, this is another government initiative that you think you can benefit from, then I'm sorry, you might not see the full benefit from it because you're not going into it for the best reasons, right? I mean, yes, you will benefit from it, but for different people, it's different things. And you need to know that while you are doing this, it is very important that you are plugged in, because for us, the work we do is all about excellence, right? We want to be able to push the idea and the narrative that Nigerian talents are excellent, right? And this is one of the ways that we're doing so. So if you know that you have that excellence in you and you are sure that this is something that you want to be able to harness and use to position yourself in places where you would have a job or partnerships or you trigger your entrepreneurial mind and set up solutions for your problems in your community. For us, if we have somebody who is in a local government that is so far away in Taraba or in Delta State or whatever state you are in, and you are able to, from 3MTT and your experience here, create solutions, not for free, of course, create solutions that your community will benefit from and you can earn from. But you use your experience during 3MTT to solve for those problems. Or there are things that you see like, oh, why is nobody doing this? And you use your experience in 3MTT to solve for those problems, right? For us, that's a win. It means that we're doing something right. We're sparking that excellence in you. So it's important to know that, like, you shouldn't expect, while there are expectations rather of, the 3MTT program, our promise to you is to have you trained and you will be trained, right? Now, for jobs, we definitely want people to get jobs and be placed into different places. But we also want to be able to breed a new wave of entrepreneurs who are solving Nigeria's problems, build a new wave of people who are being positioned to change the world globally, right? And really, that change starts with you, right? I'm not to sound cliche, but it's the truth. So it's important that you keep in mind these things while you're going through the program and say, what is in it for me? What am I striving for? What do I want to achieve from the program? Irregardless of the conditions of the government, 3MTT is not going to give you any money. That's one I am telling you for sure. We will put you in places with the skills, get you connected to the people who you can work with to figure out how to do that for yourself. Teach a man to fish. That's how that parable goes, right? We're teaching you how to fish. So please, please, and please, it's important that you go into this with the right mindset. This is not a freebie. You think while it is free for you, somebody somewhere is paying for this program so that you get to have this opportunity to learn, right? So it is a scholarship, right? So it's important also that we all keep this in mind, right? The government isn't printing money to run the 3MTT program. We are leveraging on partnerships. We're partnering with different people, different organizations like MTN, IHS, and many more people just to make sure that 3MTT is running to give you the knowledge and the expertise that you need to push yourself forward, right? So please, please, and please, I am emphasizing on this because we get people who come at us with different forms of like, I think the word to use is entitlement. And it's important for you to know that like we're all in this together, right? Like this Nigeria is all our country, right? So we cannot, you know, we cannot let the country just go, right? And this is how you are going to get involved, right? So yes, thank you very much. I think that we still probably have some more questions. Joy.
Yes, we still have a lot of questions, most of which are kind of repeat questions. But we'll just be taking a few since we are gradually winding down to the end of today's session. We have Afia, who is super concerned about the pass mark for the assessment. Is there an exact score that they should exceed to be considered, successful in the assessment, the core three assessments?
So there is no pass mark for the assessment. Like I said, this assessment it's not JAMB or like this thing to grade you per se. What it is for us is to understand what your skill level is and help us understand how best to help you, right? So when you go into this assessment, you take it with a lot of honesty and peace of mind, right? That what you're doing is very, very what's the word? Sorry, I'm trying to read responses as well. Um yeah, just know that it's not about pass mark, it's just for you to complete it, right? So please go ahead to just complete the assessment in the best ways that you can. Also another update on IHS, it's important to note that the IHS courses are no longer available. So you can go on to take other courses on the platform, right? Um just we would work back end to fix that IHS course showing. So please, Sharon, take note. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Alia. Um, Adamu says is asking, oh, if I start my course in my state of residence and then something came up that I have to leave my current location, what can I do? This question have already been answered. Try
Mm.
as much as possible to be stable in, while you're undergoing the 3MTT program. It's, just for 12 weeks. Yeah. And if you do have a reason to change your location, do well to connect with your community manager for further guidance. Yes, people who are still asking about updating profile, updating location. Sean had given us a walkthrough on how to do that. If you're still having issues, if people who are still, what do they do, Sean, for people who are still experiencing issues even after the directions you gave?
I think they can just reach out to the CMs and then CMs will reach out to us, basically.
Okay, because Samin says it's not working, it's just showing a blank page after trying it now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So do well to connect with your community manager if you're having difficulties updating your profile or your location, and they would direct you on how to go about it. How do you know if you've selected Joseph? Joseph, you can log into your dashboard, you'll be able to see your status there. Do well to also take the assessment to be considered for the new cohort. Um, what is the duration between the end of one cohort and the next? Ifunaya, a cohort is for 12 weeks, that's 3 months. So that should answer your question. Um, Omar is saying,
I
what is
think
the
our question
criteria?
also is, in between cohorts, right? What's the duration? So it's tentative, it changes, right? It just depends on how much it takes, how long it takes us to get ready, just to prep that cohort. So for instance, we for cohort three, we had an initial start date for December, but due to setting back and things that needed to be sorted, we're starting January, right? So it just depends on how preparations for the cohort starts. But ideally is that they start immediately. So yeah, so they start immediately.
All right, thank you for that clarification. Um, so Umar is saying, what is the criteria for selecting the top 100 or top or 1,000? Not sure what exactly
So
you
that
are referring to.
criteria, yeah, so that criteria is going to be on our Dari.io dashboard and it's going to be transparent, right? So it's based on once you begin the program, it is going to be based on the work that you do, your assessments, your quizzes, your consistency in completing it, the high scores that you get. So this is where the little competition is going to be for you guys, right? I want to see the people who would like I'm hoping that people who are here today would actually be one of the top 100 people, right? Or at least let me have 50 people here who are going to be top 100, right? Because for me, it's going to be a thing of practice. Okay, you guys actually listen to us and stay consistent, right? So just keep your eyes peeled for more information because we're going to make more announcements on just how to go through the Dari.io system, but it's going to be transparent. It's automatic actually. We don't have, so it's the system, you'll be graded and your scores will be accumulated and it will be shared with you. So yeah, that's really, really how it's going to be. Someone asked an important question actually. So if you can still take your foundational courses, or it's not too late for you to take your foundational courses. So yes, you can still be selected. Finish your foundational courses on the dashboard, right? And you will be able to be selected. So even for those who start today, if you register today, go through the entire process, finish the assessment, you will be selected, right? And we know that like you are in an LGA with a, a learning cluster that we can assign you to, then go ahead. So please, yeah, finish your assessments. Don't put too much mind into it to say like, oh, I must pass. It's not about passing or failing. It's just about doing it, right? Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that should answer Opeyemi's question. So yes, I hope you got that, Opeyemi. And James Nines is saying, I tried taking the assessments earlier this week, but stopped at the selection of course path. Logging in today, the assessment was checked, but I didn't take the test. How can I take the assessment? Okay, this sounds like a platform error. And
So
currently the
we'll have to check skill ladder to see what the issue is. Like we said, skill ladder is a bit down right now, but I actually want to understand that problem a bit as well. Do you mean that like you logged on, you took the assessment, but I don't know, Sheol, is this something you're familiar with?
Not really,
okay.
actually.
Okay, so we'll investigate and let you know, please.
All right, thank you. Blessing is saying, is there any way to contact you people, either phone number, Gmail, WhatsApp? I mean, Blessing, we've been
Yes.
saying this heavily. Yeah, that's why we have your communities. Do well to mention any issue that you're facing there. Do well to connect your community manager. There's also the support button or icon or section on your dashboard where you can also reach out directly to the support team if you're facing any difficulty. So there's multiple channels for you to get your concerns clarified from. And another question here says, why don't you guys respond to emails sent through support? Sharon, do I allow you to
I think that's a
elaborate on
question for
this?
that's a shade for customer support. We're sorry about that, but we'll look into it. Please, what emails did you send? Can you resend your email again? What's the person's name?
This is Mukhtar. I'm not sure I pronounce it well, but
Okay, so
Mukhtar.
Mukhtar, please, we'll keep an eye out for your email again. I think our customer support is watching. So we'll keep an eye out for your email. We apologize sincerely for that. We did not mean to ignore you. But yes, please, we will, keep posted. We'll keep you posted. So reach out again, try again, and support will answer you. If they don't answer you, come and at us at Twitter and say, okay, at 3MTT support, because we're on Twitter as well. Yes, I was the one who was in the email, who asked on the webinar. Hi, Joy, are you there? I think something just happened. Sharon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I think something happened with Joy's system. Okay, while Joy is coming back on, let me just look through to see the questions. Your dashboard has been black for some days. You keep getting error messages. I don't know, Sharon, someone says their dashboard has been blank for some days now, and their profile is showing not applicable. Even when they try to refresh and relog in. That's okay, Chukwu Chioma.
The dashboard.
Yes.
I don't think that's from one end here. I think that's from his end actually. Our dashboard is
Um,
working perfectly here. So maybe you should just try
let's
using a
look into
different
it and
browser.
see, because we have gotten this complaints before as well. So we'll look into it, Chioma, and see what the issue might be. Also, please, please, and please, the GMC program is free. You don't have to pay. Someone just asked, do I have to pay before I get my certificate after the English for IT? Nope, there is nothing you need to pay for on the 3MTT platform. Not online, not physically. Even if you go to your applied learning cluster, you are not meant to pay for anything. Do not let anybody scam you by saying that you are meant to pay for something. That is not the case. And we do not want you to actually, get scammed, right? It's a free program. Everything we're doing, you don't pay for certificates, you don't pay for anything at all. So I beg you, don't be scammed, right? Also, please know that there is an official, how we communicate is official through our dashboards, through our official social media handles, because we've had issues where people have come out to say they're from DMTC. They are not. If you get any form of communication that is not directly from FMCIDE or the 3MTT platform itself, please be sure to verify, right? Ask somebody, ask your community managers, and also ensure that you also fact check. Do not be scammed. Do not be liable. Don't be gullible enough for somebody to actually take advantage of you, right? We do not ask you to pay for anything. We don't need we don't ask other people to get fellows to pay for anything as well. Just so to ensure that your 3MTT journey is seamless.
Okay, thank
Welcome
you
back.
so much. Yeah, sorry about that. I got cut off my network. Thank you so much for the, you know, and we're fast spent into the session for today. So we'll be taking just the last two questions before we call it a day, right? Okay, make provisions for okay. So I'm just looking through the chat section for a final two questions before we call it a day. Idowu is asking, is the assessment sufficient to get one selected even without the foundational courses? Emphasize that you should do well to take the assessment and your foundational courses. The foundational courses are encouraged. It's encouraged that you take your foundational courses as well, but your assessment is highly important that you do that. How do you join the community? Friday, Stephen, do also check your dashboard. You would see a link there to join whatever community you belong to. And finally, somebody is asking, would there be knowledge showcase for January? As much as that's not a focus for our call, but Alia, do you want to take that?
We will let you know.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to answer. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So do also keep your eye out on our social media channels, platforms for when and if an announcement will be going out regarding the knowledge showcase. And finally, Harun, I'm taking this last question from Harun. It says, in the situation where there's no physical center in my LGA, is it possible to be referred to the next LGA with one? Yes, you can change your location to a location on LGA where there is an ALC, or you can potentially join the peer-to-peer model. So that brings us to we're wrapping it up here for today. I don't know if there are any final words that you want to tell our fellows today. Alia, Sharon, I know that a lot of things have been said so far. Giving a walk three into the program as a whole. But just something that fellows should keep in mind, our attendees, anyone who's looking to join the program, who is still trying to navigate their way through. What's that last final word that you'd want them to take home with today? Yeah, maybe I should start with Sharon. Sharon, you can go first, and then I'll be, and then we'll close up for today.
Okay, so I think my motto for this year is we have to be intentional. I actually started this year being intentional about almost everything I'm doing. So this program is there for you. Most of you know, all of us know that technology is evolving as a lot of things are changing, especially in the AI space. Technology, many things is happening today in the world. So if you feel like this is something you want to do, you have to be intentional about it. You have to go grab it and then make sure that you become part of you, basically. I think that's just basically what I want to say. You just have to be intentional this year. The world is changing and we need to be able to evolve alongside with it. It's very, very important that there's a lot of problem that we're not even building solutions to, and the technology is there for us to support us to be something more changing today. Global. So this 3M program is there to brush you, to give you the basic understanding, the basic foundation to build something that matters. So if you're in that position and then you feel like this program is for you, so you have to be intentional about it. Like you have to apply and then take the courses like you mean it a lot, and then from there you begin to see changes, right? And then that last part of it is you have to sell yourself, which is very important. I keep saying this a lot because Like I said, the world is changing and a lot of people are looking for people to work with. So you want people to put yourself out there and tell the world that this is what I've been doing. And then you can actually say this is what TMTT has done for me, basically. So that's just have to be intentional. Yeah, I think that's just basically everything, Joy.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shaun, for sharing that. Aliyah, over to you.
Yeah, I think for me, I think what I would say is let all that you do be done in excellence. And yeah, just ensure that the work that you do, you're doing for yourself first and foremost, right? You're not doing it for 3MTT, you're not doing it for your family, you're not doing it. You are doing it because you want to do something great for yourself. You want to take yourself to the next level. You want to you want to be better than you were yesterday, right? I think that's one of the leading things for us is that when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I need to continue this, right? Because I want to be better. That where you started 2025 with, you're not finishing the same way, right? So just ensure that like you do not let anything deter you. You don't let anything stop you from actually achieving your goal. And you ensure that everything you're doing, especially when it comes to the 3MTT program, is done with excellence because that for us is a core value and we're pushing it out there to everybody in any way that we can. Um, yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. It's been very, very amazing being here. And feel free to connect with us on 3MTT, at 3MTT Nigeria, on all our social media handles. Be sure to follow us everywhere. And yeah, also connect with your team members as well. Connect with the community manager. Joy is a community manager. You can connect with everyone here. I think you can find us on LinkedIn, 3MTT Nigeria. Yeah, have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Aliyah, Shaun, it has been such a delight having you on this call today. Sparing this much of your time to speak to our fellows, to speak to people who want to learn about, getting started with the new cohorts, joining the 3MTT program. It has been such a pleasure having you here. And at this point, we are rounding up. We are concluding this call today. So everyone listening, thank you so much for joining. Do well to drop a something nice for Aliyah, for Shaun, for our distinguished speakers for today. We want to see you appreciate them in the chat section. They have spoken a lot. They have not held anything back about this program so far for the past almost an hour, 30 minutes that we've been on this session for today. So do well to drop your emojis, your word of thanks to them. And if you joined in late, we covered a lot of things. For some of the questions that I'm still seeing popping up now, there are things that have been, answered in one way or another since we started the session today. So do well to go on to replay the session. If you do need to get some more clarity, watch it over again. And one thing you should notice that, applications are open. If there's anyone who wants to join the cohort, your friends and your family, do well to share the link with them. Just go onto the website to share the link for them to apply. And applications are open from now till the end of till February 9th of February, like Aliyah mentioned. Yes, and then the kickoff call and every other thing would happen afterwards in line with the program starting and the cohorts. So thank you so much once again. Thank you, Shaun. Thank you, Aliyah, and thank you to our wonderful fellows, to our wonderful audience and attendees today. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until the next one, until the next time, we'll see you again. Yeah, thank you and have a good evening, everyone. Bye-bye.